Welcome back to Bookend Gaming.
Hello.
I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
Yet another Tuesday, yet another fruit.
And I'm Eric.
What fruit? What fruit is it this week?
Like
a tasty kumquat?
Cherries.
Cherries? Okay. Just one cherry.
Yes.
Ominase.
She is the cherry girl.
We didn't plan that
apparently.
either. What?
She is the cherry girl, apparently. They all have their own fruit.
Oh, really?
I guess.
I didn't know that.
And, she just got naked and we might be doing something, but I'm sure it'll find a way to disappoint us.
Well, you know.
But hey,
it's the censored version, so no matter what, we're going to be disappointed.
So it's going to be very steamy when we walk into it, but whatever we're about to walk into.
If it even ever gets off the blank screen, but we're going to find out.
I'm probably going to go back to reading books.
You're lame.
Yet, a girl, I messed up the first word.
Good start. Good
Yes.
start.
A girl has just stripped off her own clothes and approached me on her own initiative. I really didn't have to lift a finger at any point in the process that brought us here. It's too easy. Maybe the morally correct thing would be to sniff daintily and tell her, "Goodness, miss, shouldn't we get to know each other a little better first?" But the world isn't that pretty a place.
Why'd you sniff? Does she smell bad?
She's going into the bath.
She needs a
so
bath.
Maybe. Normally, something that seems too good to be true puts me on my guard, especially true when I'm working. When I subtract the bad from the good and find the former outweighs the latter, I'll instantly abandon the job. But if the good seems overwhelming and there's no apparent risk, I'll pull back just as quickly. That's how I've stayed alive.
Well, you know what they say. You take the good.
Yeah.
You take the bad. You take them both, and then you have the fruit of Grisaia. You're old.
Such uniformly positive conditions are often the result of someone consciously constructing a pleasant facade in order to mask a trap. Oh, she scrubs.
Oh my gosh. Is it going to zoom out, or are we going to be zoomed in super far the whole time?
Yeah. For example, Amine, he's actually saying all of this to her.
I guess.
Let's say you go outside one morning and find a brand new luxury sports car sitting in front of the dorm. Keys in the ignition and scrap of paper on the door that says, "Have fun." What would you do?
Well, I guess I'd get in. I'd probably get settled in the driver's seat, give the steering wheel a feel, and see if the engine starts.
In other words, have sex with me and shut the hell up. Even though you have no idea who this car belongs to or where it came from.
Hey, lucky break, right? Guess I'd think matters over while waiting for it to warm up. If nobody showed up after a few minutes, I'd probably just give it a spin. Not that I'd go for a joyride right off the bat. I'd carefully nurse it along with a soft touch on the clutch and ignition, nice and gently.
I see.
What's this got to do with anything in the first place? You planning to buy me a car?
No, that's not it. It was a metaphor for what you're doing right now, trying to explain my initial reluctance.
Oh, lame. That's a downer. And why a car analogy?
Figured it'd be easier for you to understand.
It's all I know about you.
I guess. What, you want a car?
Well, if you give me one, I sure won't say no.
What kind do you want, specifically?
A 2000cc domestic with turbo and four-wheel drive. Hey, wait a second. You seriously thinking about buying me one?
No, John's
Aren't you
just
a
writing
janitor?
again. How much would it cost?
Hold on, back up a second here. You can't do that. It was a joke. I don't need a car.
Look, I was just asking. I didn't say I was going to run out and buy you one.
Then why'd you ask?
Figured it wouldn't hurt to know what the woman I fell in love with wants out of life. You're in love with her?
The woman you fell in love with. What, me?
I already told you that I love you. Who else would I be talking about?
Yeah, that's right. I guess I'm your girlfriend, aren't I? She says as she's sitting naked with you in a bath.
Did you just notice? I mean, you're the one who proposed this relationship in the first place,
This whole crazy scheme was your idea. Well, yes, that's certainly true, but when you come out and drive it home that plainly, my heart kind of skips a beat.
Not a problem. That's exactly... I mean, that might be a problem. It could be arrhythmia.
I'm trying to kill you.
It's exactly what I was going for. On an unrelated note, just how long do you intend to keep washing my head?
Until the artist draws something else.
As soon as I agreed to enter the bath with her, Amane immediately declared she'd be washing my hair for me. Why do women have this compulsive need to scrub a guy's head whenever they bathe with one?
Why would you complain about it? Getting your hair played with is like the greatest thing in the world.
My sister? What?
Why are you thinking about that?
My master and even Jables all did the same thing. It's mystifying. Is scrubbing my hair really that fun?
Washing a boy's hair in the bath has always been something of a dream of mine, you know. I'm the only kid and all, so I used to get kind of jealous when my friends would talk about taking a bath with their little brothers.
That's weird. You're weird.
You're washing Makina's head every day, aren't you?
But she's a girl, you know. Big sis roleplay just isn't the same with a little bro. Without a little bro.
That's why you dragged me into this ridiculous game? Try to put yourself in my shoes here.
Huh? You say something?
Nothing at all. Go ahead and keep playing with me like a toy while you still can.
Okay, here comes the shampoo. Close your eyes nice and tight.
You got it in my mouth.
I'll be saying that later. Sorry about that. Come on, lean your head forward, okay?
That hurts, damn it. Don't push my head around.
Let's see. Are we nice and clean yet?
Don't stick your nose in my hair either. Are you a dog? I mean, you talked about sniffing her earlier.
Right?
Alright then, I'll wash your body for you next. Lie down over there, okay?
What? This isn't over yet, but we got out of the bath.
Yeah, but they always sit on those stools to wash themselves. It's like
yeah.
a Japanese thing.
Oh, we're just getting started. Come on, get moving already.
Hey, calm down, woman. I guess your first experience does tend to inspire this sort of hasty excitement. I remember as much myself. Sheer nerves make it impossible to settle down while things get quiet, but you don't know what to talk about either. So in order to avoid embarrassing yourself by babbling nervously, you end up pushing right into things in an almost forceful manner. It was pretty similar for me, to be honest, so I can understand the feeling. I guess it's alright to just let Amane do as she pleases. That said, doing it in the bath might have been a little much. We've gotten off to a pretty extreme start. What if this becomes a habit or something? Oh no! I'm a little worried about Amane's future.
I'm gonna get erect every time I bathe myself. Like that doesn't already happen.
Huh? You say something? Sorry, I'm a little out of it. My head's kinda spinning.
Not surprising. I'm pretty stacked.
Stacked.
Yeah. We've been in here for more than an hour by now, and we weren't just sitting around enjoying the hot water either. Yamani! You around?
Oh crap, it's Makina.
Guess she finished watching television. In here, Makina.
What? What? Don't call her. What kind of excuse can we possibly make if she sees us like this?
Do we need to make an excuse?
Well, come on, we can't let her see this, right?
Hardly think there's any need to keep it a secret.
Yeah, I mean, I've already got the camera set up.
She already was in the shower with me the other day.
That's true.
Anyway, I'll come up with an explanation, so you wait in here a while before leaving. Got it?
Well, all right. I mean, he already said there. He yelled to her that we're in
First,
here.
she knows he's in there.
There's no need to hide it, but I guess it's not exactly something to show off either.
Fine.
The dormitory.
So did we have sex or not?
I don't think so. We were just scrubbed.
Yeah.
Thus, in a sad comment on the casual irresponsibility of modern youth culture,
Wait, no, yeah, you did.
Am and I made love for no real reason. Well, they probably would have showed it if it was... We got the wrong damn version.
God.
Within a day of beginning our relationship. Of course, I don't regret it in the least, and I don't plan to make Amane regret it either. Personally, I approached this transition to physical intimacy as a fairly serious decision. Amane, on the other hand, appears downright nonchalant about it. This was going to happen sooner or later, after all. Seems to be the extent of her strangely composed thoughts on the matter.
Okay, listen up. I'm available whenever or wherever you get in the mood, so don't go buying sex or picking up girls at bars anymore. Got it?
Anymore? I already gave you my word on that.
That's why you don't want her to open your closet. You got like 3 prostitutes in there at all times.
This is our final affirmation. Raise your right hand and swear a solemn oath.
I, Kazumi Yuuji, solemnly swear to never sleep with any woman other than Suo Amane from this day forth.
Acceptable.
Acceptable. Considering how casual she was about the sex itself, the shackles she's attaching after the fact are pretty tight. I've already got a collar around my neck, and now I've picked up a ball and chain too. But I guess that's probably just what it means to have a girlfriend. Am I right, fellas?
No.
A girlfriend, eh? A girlfriend. I repeat the word a few times. Oh, God, I want out! But the idea still doesn't seem quite real to me. No matter how hard I try to evaluate the ways in which this relationship will alter my way of life, I'm drawing a blank. The concept of going out with someone is just too foreign to me.
Going steady.
That ignorance, in turn, gives rise to a wave of anxiety. I'm stumbling into the unknown here. There's a possibility I made a pretty crazy decision. Still, I suppose there's hardly any use worrying about it now. By this point, Amine's presence in my life was already slowly and steadily throwing me off balance, and I'd grown accustomed to. But at that time, I lacked the perspective to understand that. Well then.
Well, we had sex.
Yeah.
We promise. We just don't get to see it.
Adding a girlfriend to my life may be a momentous change for me. It makes everything coherent and in line.
Right?
But it shouldn't really have much of an impact on anyone else. Or so I figured, apparently, incorrectly.
We should make nicknames for everyone.
The first signs of abnormal developments in this regard emerged during lunch period the next day. As I unfold my boxed lunch on my desk, Michiru lets out a sudden yelp.
What the heck is that, Yuuji? What are you eating?
It's a boxed lunch, as should be obvious. It's called a Lunchable.
Yeah.
It's a pizza one.
Yes, thanks. I know that. I was asking about the contents of that lunch.
Do you remember the taco ones?
Yeah, the mini tacos.
Yeah, I liked those. They were good. It was just like weird meat goop, but it was still good.
Right, it was like a weird paste.
Well, the main dish would be a charred omelet.
Ugh, that thing looks awful. Why are you eating that?
It is charred.
Did Makina make you lunch today or something?
No, Amine did.
Huh? Wait, what? Amine screwed up her cooking? I've never seen that happen before.
We've ruined her.
Not even once. What's wrong with you, Amine?
Well,
what can I say? I was a little spaced out this morning.
Yamani's been kind of weird since last night, you know. When I talk to her, she kind of go, or, oh, pretty obviously tuning me out entirely.
What's the matter, Amine? Did something happen?
Yeah, it did.
Not really. Nothing big.
Well, hey, whoa.
Damn it! You're calling me out like this.
I really was just a little spaced out. Spaced out enough to burn that
Omulet.
It's
Lars
magical.
omulet.
Speaking of which, I'm amazed you're actually eating that thing, Yuuji. Isn't it nasty?
Don't waste food that a woman made you. That's a rule of mine.
The heck is that?
A rule of mine.
I told him not to eat it as soon as I realized how badly I screwed up, you know? But he got all mad about me, not valuing the food, and snatched it away.
He screwed up my eggs, so I screwed up his.
I hope not.
Oni-chan's weirdly stubborn about that stuff, for sure. I did tell the girl to try serving me something disgusting, but I wasn't expecting her to put my half-serious proposal into practice the very next day. Amine clearly didn't intend to feed me something this unpleasant, but since I told her I'd be brutally honest on this front, I feel obligated to eat it and inform her if it tastes like crap. But when you get down to it, I'm still the guy who was ridiculed as the garbage eater. A burnt omelet hardly even qualifies as unpleasant compared to some of the stuff I've choked down.
Hey, Yuuji, I get the message, and I'm really sorry. So you can just stop eating that, okay? I'll eat the leftovers.
No, it's not inedibly bad. I'll finish it.
Get away from my food.
Are you picking on me here or what?
Well, I do hope you've learned a lesson from this.
Jesus.
Food should always be treated with respect. Approach cooking with earnest focus at all times.
Just turns into Gordon Ramsay.
It's raw! Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. What the heck? She's making you a homemade lunch, isn't she? That's some attitude.
Thank you, Michiru.
This is a great relationship we have.
Right, we're gonna ruin it.
You're the last person I want to hear that from, but I guess Amane's lapse of concentration is partially my fault. There's another reason I'm taking responsibility for her mistake in this way.
What are you talking about? No, you see,
I made love to Amane last night.
Bum, 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 bum. Don't just blurt it out. Huh? Wait, what? You mean like, what's that supposed to mean?
Did I not tell you about this yet, Michiru? Do we need to have the talk? Amane's my girlfriend now. We just consummated the relationship, so to speak.
I don't need to do that.
They understand what that means, but not I made love to her?
Right? I consummated the relationship.
Is it really that surprising? I mean, whatever, man. You were yesterday like, oh my god, is this...
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
And, Sachi, Ski, why are you two shrieking as well? I don't remember either of you being part of this conversation. Were you eavesdropping?
This is an A, B, C, and D conversation, so E your way out of it.
Well, I apologize, but you see, I'm sorry.
I was aware that you two were dating, but Suo-san, you made love? Gross. Moving rather quickly, don't you think?
I know. Don't rub it in. He already did that. Hey, what the heck didn't you mention something like this important earlier? Why the heck?
What?
Well, when we started going out, I did say we should let everyone know, but Yuuji said it'd be a pain in the ass. Told me to keep quiet until someone asked.
So I blurted it out instead.
Right.
Because I'm an ass.
I had sensed that the bond between Kazami-san and Amane-san had grown deeper of late,
At
but...
least 7 inches deeper.
I mean, come on. Don't, 7?
This is quite a shock to think it developed into a physical relationship so quickly. It seems I was underestimating you, Amane-san.
Well, when you got a girl prancing around in front of you with her big old titties jiggling like jello, any red-blooded guy's gonna jump on her. Can't blame Oni-chan.
Hold on, Makina, you're pretty calm. Did you know about this?
Oh, well...
I went first.
I knew the two of them were going out, but I didn't know about what happened last night.
Is this really okay with you?
No, what you talking about?
I mean, you've been practically glued to Yuuji lately. Are you just gonna take this sitting down?
No, I'm gonna take... well, I'm not really looking for a boyfriend here. More like a father or a big brother. Something along those lines. And nothing's really changing on that front. Oni-chan said he'd be my big bro forever. So there's no problem as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Forget about me. Why are you so worked up about this, Chiru? Are you opposed to Amane and Oni-chan's relationship?
That's not what I'm saying, but this is also sudden. Right, Yumiko?
It's gonna be at least another millennia before a boy transfers in here again.
Right?
Kindly refrain from dragging me into this. I don't particularly have any objection to the relationship. Well, as long as they keep it in moderation in public, I suppose.
It was inevitable. I foresaw that this day would come to pass a full 20 years ago.
Tell me, Sachi, how old are you supposed to be? So when we get down to it, what's the final verdict gonna be? Maybe it's time for you-know-what?
What the heck is you-know-what?
You-know-what?
I believe she's referring to, well, you-know-what. What shall we do, Sakaki-san?
Sounds reasonable. Let's bring in the principal as well.
What?
You-know-what, well, fair enough.
What?
Was I right? Is this a breeding school?
I don't know. What are you people
Please tell me I was right. That would be fucking amazing.
talking about? I have no idea what this you-know-what is. Mind explaining?
You're a guy, so you don't need to get it. Come on, you're done eating lunch, right? Let's go prep for afternoon class or something.
He's chosen a mate. We must inform the leaders.
Right?
We've
Get the conch shell.
We've got electives this afternoon. I don't have a class next period.
In that case, I'm gonna go shopping for dinner ingredients. Wanna tag along? You will, yes?
I don't mind, I guess.
Nice!
Jesus.
Great! Let's go, okay?
Punches a hole in the wall.
Just steps through it.
Great! Let's get out of here! Look, I said I'm coming. Don't yank on my arm.
Okay then, I'm gonna go shopping with Yuuji. I'll leave you guys to it, okay?
They're just like in a circle around a candle.
Yeah, she's like, let's get the
Gobble,
hell out of
gobble,
here.
gobble.
Aye! Laters, you two! No.
Something nefarious.
Something's going on here. Nefarious, you might even say. I'm pretty damn thick-headed when it comes to the ways of women, but even I can gather that much. In the traditional male world, there's an unfortunate tendency to make important decisions in smoke-filled back rooms rather than at the conference table. Women no doubt have their own private spaces and procedures for secret talk.
Yeah, they come up with like languages to talk to
That's
each other and
right.
stuff.
This is nothing but a guess on my part, but it seems entirely likely that our classmates are currently holding some sort of trial-like ceremony to debate my relationship with Amane.
You were put to the school for your semen.
I'm willing to bet that Amane is fully aware of the specific nature of this ritual, and that she's going to be the main topic of discussion today, since she's nonetheless discreetly exited the scene instead of remaining behind to plead her case. It's likely that she's somewhat confident about a positive result. On the other hand, hey Amane, tell me something. What do you plan to do if they decide to oppose our relationship?
Break up with you, obviously.
Yeah.
Good question.
The tribe has chosen.
What should we do?
You haven't even thought about the possibility? That's what it is? We just...
It seemed like it was something else.
Right.
Not like I can do anything about it either way. What will be, will be. How about you then? Have you thought this through? Oh, I know. If everyone objects, how about running away with me?
They're gonna be like... They have to get married now.
Maybe.
Eloping, huh? Sounds like a pain in the ass.
Huh? Talk about cold. Here I am, prepared to run to the ends of the earth as long as you're with me.
Actually, the earth is round. All well and good if it's a problem that can be solved by time and distance. But retreat blindly and you may end up backing yourself into a corner. In most cases, I'd rather stand and fight.
Stand and fight? Trial by combat!
Well, not exactly. I'd probably pretend to flee in order to lure our enemies into open pursuit, and then crush them one by one. Since I'd be bearing the added responsibility of protecting someone, in this case, you, I guess, this strategy is probably more sound.
You're huge, though, so you can defend yourself.
It's harder to defend you. What's wrong?
If that day comes, I'll fight too. I don't want to be the only one who sits around being protected.
Why are you getting all serious? We're just talking about our classmates' opinions of our relationship here. If anyone objects, all we need to do is talk it over and persuade them one by one, or tell them it's Nunya.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. What am I even talking about? We're definitely not like a witch coven or anything.
What?
Anyway, Yuuji, I'm a little impressed you even knew they were going to talk about us after we left.
It was pretty clear from the way they were acting. You dragging me out of there forcibly for no real reason was also something of a hint.
I won't deny I kind of dragged you into this, but I really was planning to ask you to tag along on my shopping trip today.
Well, if you need help carrying groceries, I'm always available.
Actually, I've had something else in mind today. We're mainly out here to get ingredients for dinner, but I was thinking about buying some underwear while we're at it.
Oh. For some reason, I'm getting a bad feeling about this.
All right.
Hey, Yuuji, what kind of underwear do you like? Let's pick some out together.
I guess I don't particularly mind, but I think you buying that stuff secretly would make it more enjoyable when the time comes to show it off.
I just don't want to go shopping.
Good point. Now that you mention it, maybe that would be the better way to do this.
I mean, she still goes into the fitting room to try it on.
Yeah, I mean, don't
guess.
you want her to, like, show things off for you and try different outfits?
I do. I'll wait for you outside the shop. Just pick out some that you think I'd like.
Right, but like I said, what are your preferences?
My preferences. Hard question. I mean, when you get down to it, it's a piece of cloth I tend to rip right off.
That's kind of my opinion on it, too. Like, lingerie is like, okay, that's cool. Take it off.
Overpriced.
Right? No, it's fine.
No,
I mean, it's more so they feel confident. So
Right.
Get all the lingerie you want. But I'm more after what's under it, you know?
That's true. It's good to leave on, though.
I guess sometimes, but sometimes it gets in the way. Okay then, how about just give me the general idea? Cute or sexy, which sounds better?
Both.
Give us a
Always
choice.
both. Herm! Let's see, given your personality and figure, sexy underwear would probably be more appropriate. Then again, a simple cute set would make a great contrast for the exact same reason. Maybe I do care about this more than I thought.
I better just go in with you.
You think? Now I'm really stuck.
Not yet.
Incidentally, which type does Jables wear?
Why would you ask that? Let's see. I guess she prefers cute underwear in general, but she's not the most attentive to that stuff. On off days, the top doesn't even match the bottom.
I knew you were fucking her!
Yeah, right?
That a fact. Very interesting.
Ouch! Hey, what the hell? Don't pinch me.
Why do you know about her underwear exactly? And down to pretty precise details, too. Mind explaining yourself?
Come on, we did live together for a good year, you know.
I don't think you've ever told... First I've heard about that,
Yeah.
actually. Why haven't you mentioned this before?
What? I told you before that I leeched off Jables for a while before coming here.
I just thought that meant you were attached to her with your mouth. As I recall, you also said flat out that she wasn't your girlfriend. So why exactly do you know so much about her underwear?
Herm. Well, a perfectly reasonable question. Let's clear up your doubts once and for all.
We used to bang, alright?
Yeah.
No big deal.
What are you gonna do?
Call Jables. On all.
What? Hey!
I take out my private use cell phone from my pocket and enter Jables' number.
It's got a label maker label on it, private use. And the other one says murder phone.
Press the call button. I mean, janitorial services. Without a moment's hesitation.
It says all that on the back.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kind of like the banners in BoJack Horseman.
oh, yeah. Don't actually say that though.
Whatever I say will probably sound like a lie. Might as well get the truth out of the matter from the horse's mouth.
Well, I guess you're right, but this is really coming out of nowhere. Seriously?
Hey, any excuse to call her, right?
It's me.
What do you want?
What's wrong? You seem a bit cranky.
Of course I do. You never call except when you feel like giving me some new headache.
Except when you feel like fuck.
Hurry up and tell me what you need.
Yeah, here's the thing. I recently decided to go out with Amine. We're gonna have to break up, Jables.
Excuse me? Break what up exactly? Since when was I in a relationship with you? What are you even talking about?
Yes, just like we rehearsed. Hear that, Amine?
You texted ahead of time, like behind your back.
Yeah.
What? Is Amane-chan there?
Yes, she didn't take too well to learning that I've washed your panties. Would have been a hassle to deal with unfounded jealousy, so I decided to get in touch.
What a fucking alpha move.
Hey, when did I ever have you wash my underwear?
Please. Too many times to count.
I guess you were always sleeping when
Yeah.
I did it.
Well, when I was really swamped at work, maybe? Every once in a great while. That might have happened once or twice, I guess.
Do you seriously not remember? You completely gave up on doing your own laundry within 2 weeks of me moving in.
Shut up, you. Is this what you called me to discuss?
No. Sorry to report after the fact, but I really am going out with Amine now. Since you're technically my guardian, I thought I should let you know.
What? Going out? Are you telling me you're in a serious relationship with Amane-chan?
Yes, that I am. Alert the leaders.
But you're, look, do you fully understand your position here? Janitors can't get involved.
I do. That's why I went out of my way to formally report this to you.
Give Amane-chan the phone.
Very well.
Huh? Me?
Seems Jables has something to discuss with you.
Okay, hello. This is Amine.
Does he still have that mole over his dick? Oh, Amane-chan, goodness. It seems you've made a rather rash decision. You confessed to Yuuji, I assume.
Huh? Yeah, but how did you know I was the one who...
Because a person in Yuuji's situation can very well go looking to start a relationship.
What do you mean?
That's rather complicated, I'm afraid. Well, to put it simply, you could say he's currently in something of a probationary period, in which he's expected to contribute to the public good.
You can't be within 500 feet of a elementary school.
Anyway,
Anyway.
here's Wonderwall. He's in a position where even dating a girl requires some formalities. Do you understand?
No, not at all.
Is this that weird tsundere thing?
But that's fine. If you want a long-term relationship with Yuuji, it'd be best not to pry too much about these things anyway, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
But seriously, it came to this after all.
After all,
I had a feeling things might turn out this way from the first time I met you. You've got big breasts and all. Seems like 902 Yuuji has an incurable fondness for busty women.
Is that so?
is that really true? Is your code number 90210?
Yes.
I don't know if I really got that impression. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's referred to my chest flab and breast blubber, you know?
Yes, because the boy's a tsundere.
Oh.
His first...
I knew it! I called it!
His first response to anything and everything is to turn up his nose and feign indifference. Simple as that.
Ah, yeah.
Alright. This isn't what you wanted to hear about, was it? Sorry, my bad.
We can talk about your tits some more if you would like.
My relationship with Yuuji, it's not easy to explain, but you have my word that it's nothing like what you're worried about. Please rest assured, we only banged like 17 times.
He calls me mommy.
Could you be more...
We're not connected romantically, and we're not in a quid pro quo sexual relationship. I'm his guardian and nothing more. And since we're no longer even living together at this point, I'm really just his guarantor and supervisor in the workplace. That's in quotations, by the way. You can't see my fingers. That's the extent of our relationship.
Okay.
Are you convinced now?
Did she get it? Oh, you haven't passed the phone back yet. Oh no.
Well, more or less.
I think she bought it. He spends all his time reading books, so he may look knowledgeable, but he's surprisingly lacking in common sense. He may come off as adaptable, but he's often stupidly stubborn. And he may seem quite experienced with girls, but he doesn't have a clue about the things that matter most to a woman. Overall, I think it will be quite a difficult relationship, but please do treat him well.
Ugh, absolutely.
Okay?
What was that word?
I'm sorry. I was trying to say, yeah, and kind of bit my tongue.
Gruel.
You're too cute, Amane-chan. Could you pass the phone back to Yuuji?
Sure, Yuuji.
Done already?
Yeah, thanks.
It's me.
I think you're aware, but you're not to discuss work. Quotations. I'm you doing the finger thing. You know,
I'm doing the thing again.
You talk on the phone with me all the time. With her.
Right, don't worry.
Also,
What? You can give it to me straight, whatever it is.
no, forget it. Take good care of Amane-chan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Alright, that's everything from my end.
I don't have anything else to report either. I'm ending the call. This is Yuuji, by the way. All right.
Horseman, obviously.
Do you understand now that my relationship with Jables isn't anything you need to be worried about?
Well, I can't say I feel completely convinced, but I guess so, more or less.
If that wasn't enough, I guess the only remaining step would be for us to have passionate sex before Jables' eyes.
If you insist. No, that's definitely a little much.
Aw, man. Damn it.
Called Jables back. It didn't work.
She's not into the cucking. When you can't get the message across with words, demonstrate it through action. That's a rule of mine.
Is this guy seriously cool or just an utter idiot? I'm leaning towards idiot.
Yeah, me too. You say something?
Nope, it's nothing. Anyway, I don't really get the details, but there's officially no problem with me being your girlfriend, right?
He's all about like how Amane is just so casually, whatever. And he's like, yeah, let's just have sex in front of Jables.
Yeah, well, might as well.
That's the only.
It's the only way to
my
prove it.
only solution to this
Right.
problem. No problem whatsoever.
Then it... Whoa. Then it's fine. That's good enough for me. I'll buy my underwear by myself another time. So how about you tag along on my grocery trip?
So no underwear?
So we are grocery shopping. She said we're not grocery shopping.
Oh, well, she said she had to get
but
ingredients
then she has
for
to get
dinner.
ingredients, which is grocery shopping.
Yeah.
Very well. Hello, guys. She looks cool and
What? Oh, the
composed.
grocer.
But she's got
What?
quite the jealous streak. She seems to be tolerant and forgiving, but she nags about the smallest things. In those respects, I can't help but think Suvo Amane actually somewhat resembles JB. But even I'm not stupid enough to compare the girl to another woman just as she's finally gotten into a good mood. You know what? You're actually a lot like her. I silently follow Amane's plump ass and accompany her on the grocery trip. Okay then. Her thick ass.
She tried to get away from me, but I could hear her dummy thick ass cheeks smacking.
Having finished our shopping and returned to the dorm, Amane and I find our classmates lying in heaps on the lobby furniture, limp as corpses.
It was the cult thing.
Suicide. They all killed themselves.
Drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Huh? Whoa, what's wrong, everyone? You all look kind of exhausted.
Well, we didn't have homework, so we all masturbated.
Well, there was quite a vigorous exchange of opinions. Our debate was rather more heated than anticipated.
Really? So, did you reach a verdict?
No! We reached something like a conclusion. Yes.
I see.
We all reached our conclusion.
I'm gonna conclude.
Oh, Yuuji, thanks for helping me with the shopping. Would you mind putting the stuff away in the fridge for me?
Got it. This discussion isn't for male ears, right?
Sorry, that's kind of the rule.
I don't mind. If it's a rule, I'll follow it.
Just push your ear up against the door.
I'll come to your room later, okay?
Fine.
If I survive.
I take all the shopping bags in my hands, swing open the door to my room, and leave Amane alone with the others.
Yay, we do get to see it.
Good.
And what was the result?
You're pregnant. We ended up with 2 in favor, 1 opposed, and 2 abstentions.
Who's opposed? That's kind of vague. What's with the abstentions?
Principal Tachibana and I decided not to express an opinion on the matter. Oh. Well, perhaps an I can't say that word. Abstention.
Abstention, yeah.
Sounds rather negative, but I have no objections to your relationship. I'm just not going to actively approve of it. Essentially, the only opinion that matters here is that of the 2 individuals concerned. Given your mutual consent, there's no problem. I'm simply trying to indicate that I won't be held responsible for the consequences. I believe the principal's thoughts are roughly the same. She has no objection to your relationship, but as an educator, actively endorsing it would be problematic. She is responsible for maintaining decorum and discipline, after all.
Every time those two are like next to each other, I always think of Misha and
Shizu?
yeah, and Shizune, like just with longer hair.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, obviously without the sign language, but
Well, me and Sachin voted in favor, but we got conditions attached.
Conditions?
Once every Thanksgiving, we get to join.
why Thanksgiving?
Because something needs stuffed. No one should take the position of girlfriend, Amani, but there's no way I'm giving up my title as little sister too. Irisu Makina demands the following concession of the Allied forces: free and unrestricted access to the territory known as Oni-chan's lap.
His lap?
You gotta let me sit on his legs and flirt around a little. At least. I'm not gonna back down on this one. If you won't accept this demand, I, Irisu Makina, will resolutely oppose your relationship. If we have to battle to the last man on the mainland, so be it. I'll fight you on the beaches. I'll fight you on the fields.
The last man. Makina, it seems like you've been picking up nothing but the weirder parts of Yuji's personality later.
Let's
Lately.
hear your response.
Well, I guess I'm okay with that. Little lap time is hardly a big deal.
Excellent. Okay then, your signature on this treaty of mutual cooperation and security regarding the territory of Oni-chan's lap, if you please.
You actually took the time to print this ridiculous thing?
What are you calling ridiculous? These things have got to be properly documented, or it'll inevitably come to conflict later.
Forget that. What's with this supplementary clause 4? You can't get mad if we take a bath together in the fine print.
You're not supposed to read that. No, please.
Well, let's see. Can you promise not to sneak in the bath without telling me?
Yeah, I promise.
Okay, then, we'll just add a requirement for an application submitted in advance.
Sweet. Okay, I'm good.
You have no say in this.
So it's my turn now, I assume.
I also wish to join him in the bath.
What? Do you have some demand too, Sachan?
Yes.
Sweetly.
That's it. It's an exceptionally minor request. First, please review this.
Huh? What now? Another security treaty?
No, if anything, we're allocating sovereignty over a disputed region.
Sovereignty?
What's going on?
Yes!
I'd like to secure your formal permission for Kazami-san to continue his regular contact with me despite his new obligations towards you.
Contact? What are you talking about specifically?
Exactly how far have you gotten?
Right.
As I believe you may be aware, Kazami-san has of late made a daily habit of patting me on the head with a few words of thanks for my efforts.
He also eats stuff out of my mouth, but...
To rephrase the matter,
I thought you said ass at first. I was like, did I miss an episode?
Yes. He eats cookies out of my asshole.
You've been playing without me.
his hand has committed routine acts of aggression upon my cranium. It's rather embarrassing to admit, but recently I've grown rather accustomed to these invasions of Kazami-sans. Indeed, I would go as far as to say they become the provisions that enable me to devote myself to my labors. If that psychological infrastructure were to be suddenly taken from me, I don't know what I would rely on as moral support for my struggles from now on.
And I would kill a bitch.
Therefore, as compensation for Kazami-san's
Son.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I say Kazami-san, I'm always like, why did I say it that way? But that's the right way.
Yeah.
frequent and unprovoked raids, I request that his hand assume ongoing governance of this affected region.
You kind of spit out a lot of big words at me just now, but basically you're just asking me not to get mad if Yuuji pats you on the head?
Sure, if that's how you interpreted it. I totally didn't hide anything
Right.
in those consequences.
Precisely.
I wouldn't get mad over something like that in the first place. I don't think it'll be a problem at all.
I'm quite relieved to hear it. Well then, just for safety's sake, if you would kindly mark this document with your blood.
A blood contract? Scary. Look, I'll bring my stamp later, so give me a break here.
Nope, it has to be in blood.
You have to dip your stamp in blood. Very well, with that settled, I'm fully prepared to promote my total support to your relationship. Please be happy together.
So happy together.
Thanks. Which would mean the one opposing vote would be you, I guess. Could you tell me why you voted that way?
Because I was Tsundere!
It's that guy. I don't get him at all.
No, you don't. That's the point. I get it. What do you get? What don't you get?
Come on, he said he was in America, but we have no idea what he was doing there. Plus, he's got something going on with that weird blonde woman, right? Blondes can't be trusted. There's something fishy about that.
True enough. But I mean, it's not like I've come out and told you guys everything about myself either. Yuuji wouldn't be in school like this if he was a normal guy, you know?
I do understand that.
But for people watching, can you reiterate what kind of school this is?
Spell it out, please, in a giant paragraph.
Are you saying people with issues shouldn't fall in love?
I didn't say that. That's not what I mean. I just think maybe you should slow down. That's all. Be a little more careful about something as important as this.
They must all have terrible background or PTSD.
I guess,
mental
but they
health
haven't really
issues.
gone into it.
No, they
we
haven't.
don't know anything
At
about
all.
any of them.
You don't know anything about him yet, you know?
Yeah, but the thing is, I think I'm okay with that. That dick is banging.
7 inches.
At least. I actually had a little talk with Yuuji while we were shopping today, and I thought some of this stuff over. In the end,
Yes.
I think I can accept things the way they are. Maybe it's shallow, emotional thinking. Maybe I'm just choosing the path that makes me feel a little better about myself. But even so, I've decided I want to live for Yuji's sake.
Why would you go that far?
Probably can't explain it that well, but we all followed pretty difficult paths to this place, and I don't think Yuji's any exception. I'm sure he's been through a lot of sadness and pain, you know? I just want to do what I can for him, that's all.
Is it is it like kids that are on suicide watch?
I could not even begin to guess.
That's not love, you know. It's pity.
Good thing we're figuring all this out 40 hours into the
Right,
game.
exactly.
You might be right. Still, somehow it seems like this is what I need to do. Like I can save myself by saving him.
That's always good to like
Right. Well,
put
that's
your own
why I'm
personal
like
problems into
that's
someone.
That's why I think that like, oh man, this is like a serious thing we need to actually talk about because like I don't know.
But
Who knows?
is it? We don't know if that's actually what they're talking
No,
about.
it isn't. I'm just making stuff up and making it canon like Yuuji does.
Fucking
wills it into existence.
Tuna fish man. I don't-
So, I'm sorry, I guess. It's just me being selfish when you get right down to it. Michiru?
Nope, still opposed.
That a fact? Fine. I don't even care anymore. Have fun slaving away as a servant girl for the rest of his life, why don't you? But just for your information, if he turns out to be an IRA terrorist, or a Mossad agent, or some Nakano school spy, I'm not going to shed a single tear for you when you end up going through hell.
Michiru, were you seriously worried about that, of all things?
Ugh, even you're laughing at me now? Fine, whatever. I'm just an idiot. Make fun of me all you want. But I could be right as far as anyone knows.
Yeah, what?
You're the one who's going to be crying in the end, jerk.
Wait, Michiru?
Not listening, la 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 la. You just do whatever the heck you want, jerk. Big fat stupid jerk.
Whoa! Hold on, Chiru. Where do you think you're going?
What do you care? Don't follow me.
Come on! Don't be mad. I'll let you sit on Oni-chan's lap, okay?
I've got a timeshare.
I was gonna say, I've got it in papers that I can exchange the position to other
The whole
girls.
thing, yeah.
Shut up. I don't need your pity.
Every third Tuesday, I don't even wear panties. Meow. You kind of hesitated for a second there, though.
No, I didn't. Leave me alone.
Are you crying, punk?
Shut up. Don't call me punk.
Jeez, did I make her angry?
She may insist otherwise, but I believe Michiru-sama is genuinely worried about you, Amane-san.
Yeah, that did get across somehow.
Please leave her to me. With a little coaxing, I'm quite sure she'll be in a better mood by tomorrow.
Sorry to make trouble for you.
Not at all. I'm doing this on my own initiative. Well then, please excuse me for now. Michiru-sama, please wait for me.
Should have waited it out and gotten Sachi.
No, what are we thinking?
We gotta come back for Sachi, I think.
That's my next choice.
But seriously, a terrorist or was it a spy? Sheesh.
And I want to see Makina's too, just because I know it's gonna be like
Weird.
a joyride.
Goofy?
That's
yeah,
probably
I
not the right word
know.
to use, but
Hilarious.
just hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be skeevy the whole time,
The
right?
problem is, I mean, we've talked about this, but am I just going to be Yuuji for that route?
I don't know, maybe.
Or are you just going to... Well, they're all kind of... I don't think
They're
it's
still here,
because
yeah.
they're all here, yeah.
Matsushima-san may be an idiot, but she does have some surprising flashes of insight once in a while. Can't underestimate the girl.
Huh? Sakaki-san, do you know something about Yuji's job?
I have a rough idea, I suppose. I know enough from my investigations to speculate, at least.
He works in a sewer. He's a Ninja Turtle.
What about you, Suo-san? Have you heard something on that topic from Kazumi-kun?
Nope, not a thing. I did talk with...
Jable-san?
Yeah, I was like, should I do Jack Black-san? Or...
Yeah.
over the phone just now, but she told me not to pry about that stuff.
I see. Yes, that would probably be for the best. No reason to ask questions when you don't want to know the answer.
I guess so. I'll do that.
Aren't you interested?
Well, you just said. Well, yes, of course I am. But I get the idea it's not something I should ask him about just because I'm curious.
True enough.
Then I won't ask. Are you sure? Sometimes ignorance is bliss, right?
But still, Kazumi Yuuji certainly is a mysterious person in many ways.
Not a problem. Those mysteries are part of what makes Yuji who he is. I'll accept them with the rest.
Like I said, the dick is banging. You're a rather puzzling individual yourself. I can't decide whether you're strong-willed or an utter coward.
You sure don't hold back, do you? Did you look into my past as well?
I am a soothsayer, after all. Who knows? Another mystery for the pile.
Zoinks. You're a pretty nasty person, you know that?
Jinkies. I get that a lot. Well then, I'll be returning to my room now.
You don't need to rub it in my face. I'm well aware. It'll be alright. This time, I'll be strong. Not like the other serial killer I dated.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty then. Well,
I guess they kind of approve, sort of.
Yeah.
But then I guess that was what they were talking about. It really didn't seem like it, though.
No, it just seemed like he came up with that, and it was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like I said, where it's like he was brought to this school to knock up all these girls. That's just my headcanon. That game exists somewhere.
Technically it does if we play the other routes.
That's true. That game exists. Someone find that game and put it in the comments for me, where you are brought somewhere to breed all the women's.
Okay.
And it can't be a porn game, because I know there are porn games that are that. It has to be like a legitimate visual novel where that's the plot.
Right. Not a porn game. What are you talking about?
Well, it can have sex in it. Obviously, it's going to be dirty, but it can't be just this game is made for porn.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a difference.
I need a game where everyone has sex with each other, but it's not a porn game.
Yeah.
A porn game for kids, you might say.
Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next time. So find me that game, not the porn game for kids. Don't find that game. Don't type that into Google.